Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 10th March 2025. India's February consumer inflation likely fell below the RBI's 4% target due to moderating food prices, raising expectations of interest rate cuts. A Reuters poll of economists predicted inflation at 3.98%, driven by a slowdown in vegetable, pulse and cereal prices. However, concerns remain about potential inflation increases from early heatwaves affecting crop supplies. In a significant policy development, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has hinted at an upcoming reduction in GST rates while remaining non-committal on potential changes to capital gains tax. Speaking at an event on Saturday, Finance Minister Sitharaman confirmed that the GST rate rationalization exercise was nearing completion and that the GST Council would soon make critical decisions on rate cuts and slab restructuring. Her remarks come just few weeks after the Union Budget introduced an income tax cut, signaling the government's continued focus on easing the tax burden for businesses and individuals. However, on the contentious issue of capital gains tax reductions, she remained tight-lipped, citing the upcoming Parliament session. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has submitted its recommendations to the Lok Sabha Select Committee currently reviewing the Income Tax Bill 2025. The key proposals include streamlining the legislation by reducing the number of sections and enhancing clarity in legal language to minimize litigation. ICAI has urged the committee to reduce the total number of sections in the proposed bill from 536 to approximately 436. The current Income Tax Act 1961 comprises 819 sections, and ICAI believes the new bill should aim for simplification rather than replacing complexity with another intricate framework. Aakash Educational Services plans to invest Rs 800 crore to Rs 1000 crore over the next 3 years to enhance its infrastructure, digital capabilities and AI-driven learning platforms, said Deepak Malhotra, Managing Director and CEO, Aakash Educational Services. The New Delhi-based education provider, which started in 1988, is now ramping up its presence in smaller Indian towns, betting on the growing demand for quality coaching in Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities. Tata Capital, the financial services arm of the Tata Group, is seeking to raise up to $750 million through external commercial borrowings as part of its $2 billion medium-term note or MTN program. The proceeds will be used for on-lending and other business operations. The fundraising comes as the company prepares for an IPO expected by September, pending shareholder approval. In December, Tata Capital sought regulatory clearance from the RBI to raise over $750 million from international markets. SEBI on Monday said it has launched a certification course to foster knowledge about the concepts of anti-money laundering or AML and combating the financing of terrorism or CFT among the securities market intermediaries. This certification course aims to create a common minimum knowledge benchmark for employees and associated persons of securities market intermediaries about concepts of AML and CFT and related aspects, provisions of the PMLA and PML rules, and scheduled offences under the SEBI Act and the Companies Act.
This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.